Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Chris and Tammy here coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. And this morning we're going to be talking about your back office. In fact, the title of the training this morning is the GotBackup Back Office Mastery, Simplify, Scale, and Succeed. Folks, it's Tammy and I just want to talk to you a bit for a second as people are joining in here. And first of all, let me start by welcoming everybody here. Let's see. We have Meyer Paul from Ottawa. Welcome, Meyer Paul. We have Bakshi from Bangladesh. Welcome, Bakshi. MC from Texas. Welcome. Welcome. And Yunam. Hello. Welcome. Benjamin. Welcome from Ghana. And Yunam from Ghana also. Okay. We have Courtney here from Toronto. Welcome, Courtney. We have Loba Wolf. Welcome. Welcome. We have here B Junction LCC from Clinton, South Carolina. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see here. We have John from Waterloo, Ontario. We have Agatha from Accra, Ghana. Welcome. Cape Coast, Ghana. Sorry. Okay, let's see here. We have Gaetano. Welcome. We have Celine. Welcome from Ghana. We have Ashley from California. We have Edward from Takoradi, Ghana. Actually, remember going there. Actually, it was a good event. Let's see here. We have Manpad from Zambia. We have Dr. K. Welcome, sir, from London, England. Okay, let's see here. We have Craft Making Tip. Great to see here from Ghana. We have Keith from Manchester. And we have, let's see here, Gene Legacy from New Jersey and Tony from Georgia. Welcome. Great to see you here. Now, what I was saying here, folks, is, think of your back office of GotBackup kind of like your bank account. Imagine you going to work. You're getting your salary, and your salary is deposited either weekly or biweekly or monthly, whatever it is that the frequency of your payments, but you never go into your bank account. You have no idea how much money you got in there, but you do have a credit card and you do have a bank card, and you start going out there and you start planning your life and you start spending. You have no idea what you have in there. So this is often it's exactly what people do in their business in building GotBackup. They never log in. They have absolutely no idea what's going on. And in the same time, they never install the software. And then they wonder, why am I using the service? And the fact is, you as a leader, you as an entrepreneur, an associate of GotBackup, you have to be mindful of the people that are joining your team. Are they using the software? And there's indicators in the back office that will actually tell you if they've installed the software and if they're using it and how much data is actually stored. You don't know of the data that's there. You have no idea. You just have a bulk number that tells you that this is how many gigs or terabytes they're using from their cloud service. And this is there to educate, to give you some indication. It's a strong indicator that the people that you're bringing on board are actually using the service. Because I assure you that if they're not using the service within 3 months, or when the next year occurs for them to renew, it is not going to happen. So it's awesome to get the CAB. That's the commission that you receive the moment you enroll someone, which is either it's close to $20 to summarize it. It's like 19 and change, or $50, which is around 49 something, or 47. I'm not sure the exact amount. My point here is it's nice to receive these payments when you enroll someone, but the real money is on the back end. It's in the residual aspect of this when you actually start cycling. And the back office has all these indicators to give you the direction that you need to take. So what we want to talk about here today is how to navigate and understand your back office like your leader. One of the reasons where Tammy and I are ranking up and we're doing well with GotBackup is because we know what's going on in our business. And there's a lot of indicators, and that's what we want to point you towards. Which tools and tabs are key to grow your team and income? When someone, for example, credit card didn't go through or they canceled their service, they put them into an email campaign. And I'll walk you through that. And again, we're not going to go into the details because we've done a lot of training that explains all that. But it sends your email into different campaigns where all the cancel people, all the people that are credit card are pending. So that means that the company is trying to charge a credit card, but it's not going through, maybe because the expiry date has changed. These are indicators. And that's why it's important to be able to understand what's going on in your back office. What else? Tips to manage and customer tracks commission and monitor activities. Well, this is what I'm telling you about is in the back office, you have indicators that will tell you if they've installed the software and how many of the data they're using in the software. If there's 1 byte, that means they're not using it. Right. So again, these are indicators that you can, there's also an area where you can track your commissions, but also you can calculate the amount of cycles approximately. You don't know exactly what each cycle will be, but based on the past, we've seen the tier 2 and a tier 1 for the past year. It's pretty much been the same. Okay. So based on how many cycles you are expecting, these are all things that we can look into, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see here. Yeah. So Tammy, I'm going to turn this over to you. If you have anything you want to add before we start sharing my screen.
Yeah. I mean, Chris was talking about, having your stuff set up is so important, because when you're out and about, you're going to run into people. And if you don't have your phone set up where you can actually show them how organized you are with your folders, and that you have all your access to everything you have once you back up your computers, your whatever iPads, your whatever you have is in the palm of your hand. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. Once you do all, yes, it takes time to get everything all set up. But once it's set up, you can walk around just with your phone device and show people this is so credible. And I think a lot of people, Chris, they really don't understand what they have in their hand. I was over to a friend's place. She's an esthetician, so I was getting a treatment, and we were going through her folders, only to realize it in the back office, when Chris was saying you can see if they've got their phone set up and you can see if they've got their computer set up. It says yes or no. And her said no, that she didn't have her computer set up. So I wanted to help her. She said, yeah, I do have it set up. We went in and she was in the old system. So you have to make sure that they're set up in the new system for people who have been around for a while. This is really important. Okay, once everything is done, then people get excited. How many times, Chris, have we done a Zoom with people to make sure that they're all set up properly? Most people can do it on their own, but some people need that helping hand. So you need to be there for them. And once they see it, they're like, oh my gosh, they want to start building the business now. A lot of people hold themselves back because they don't understand it yet, or haven't done their own setup. So it's important that you get people set up so they get excited to be able to also get other people set up and share everything on the palm of their device. Is so cool.
So this is the difference, folks, between the top income earners and the rest of the world. And it's not difficult. It's a decision. It's a decision that you need to make. So what we're showing you here today are exactly what you should be aware of. And don't worry so much about learning everything on this instant. Be aware of this training that you can go back to and reference when you need things. So let me share my screen here. Okay, here we are. And just before I log in, and first of all, folks, I will log into the demo account. But before I do that, I want to point out to you to the GVO channel, YouTube channel. And I'm just going to put it out over here. If you have not subscribed to this, okay, I really, really recommend that you do. I'm keeping this like this because I want you to see the word subscribe. So it's very important to subscribe to this, because every time there is a new training, a new presentation, YouTube will actually send you an email notification saying, hey, you're subscribed to this channel and they have a new live that's going on, or they just uploaded a new video, or there's playlists here that you can check for your reference. So again, if you go back to virtual events, you can click back on this playlist of this event, and you can see that all the events that we've been taking note of, they're all here. Okay, from a year ago, and you can see here that the events we've been having great attendance. Okay, let me go back here. And these are 90-day campaigns. Now, Tammy and I have sophisticated trainings a lot more in details, but this is enough for you to at least have the information you need, again, to prepare a 90-day campaign. That's over here. The Success Cycle series, that's the one I was referencing to, where we have another one that's about 13 modules. This is a more sophisticated training, but this is enough. This is the one I wanted to point out earlier. This is enough. Prospecting, inviting, following up, third party, handling objections. And folks, at the end of the day, I know that sometimes you don't want to speak to anybody. And the fact here is that we still live in a world that people need that TLC. They need that interaction with human beings. And that's what these modules are all about. Okay, so it's not about how to get the leads. It's about how to interact with the leads once you start connecting with them. And we do have some tips in there, especially when you get into the inviting and prospecting here. We do have some reference on Facebook, going into groups and how to interact with people and all there. As you can see here, we have many different groups over here. The one I want to point out to is the GotBackup team training. You can see the last Saturday was the event. If you click on that here, this is where everything we've created is posted. Okay, every trainings that we've done from day one when we start, they're all here, folks. You can see that there's quite a bit. Okay, so everything you need. So if you want to learn about the email marketing, back office training 101, you see we're doing this again, but from a different angle. Okay, but it's all here. The funnels that are available over here, it's all here. Let's see another one here. The compensation plan. You want to learn how to get paid, folks. This information is here. Okay, you can see people are going and they're checking this out. So this is available to you. You can see right now we have a live session. This is the one that's currently live. Once it's done, it'll be added on to the playlist that is a reference to the Saturday trainings. Okay. Now, this is your back office. This is pretty obvious. I'm not going to go into the details here. You can figure all this out. One thing I do want to point out that if you want someone to start right away, I wouldn't send them just a GotBackup generic link. I would actually click this button, get started today. Okay. And the reason why is there's a few more parameters here that are added, but it takes them right here with your ID. Okay. Obviously, this will be your ID over here. The word Yoda will be replaced by your ID. And that way, the people can just click the button they need according to what they want. This is obviously the most popular one. Okay, so I just want to mentioning that here. The frequently asked questions is actually a good place. These are packages. And again, you can venture in that on your own. So now I'm going to log into the demo account because there's going to be some sensitive information. And I noticed last time I was showing some emails and they were not even real emails, but even though YouTube just blocked the video because I was showing some emails, even though they were not emails that were being used. So sometimes there's some sensitive information I do need to avoid to make sure that YouTube doesn't block the training. Okay. Anything, Tammy, you want to add to this before I continue?
No, continue. As you're doing that, I put something together for everybody.
Okay, cool. And Tammy, just also pay attention to some of the questions because as I'm talking, sometimes might be some relevant questions and comments. And I think you can click on them if you feel that you want to post them on the screen. So feel free to do that. Okay, so what happens here? First of all, that will be your ID. Okay, that's the demo account. And over here, you can edit your account, you can edit your billing information, and of course, you can log out. Okay. Now, the support here is very important. There was a question at one point. Let's see here. Where do I get support? So this question here.
Yeah, Dr. Kaleway, thank you for the support that you're giving in the chat section. That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Thank you. So from there, Tony, the question here is right here. Okay, that's the button. And you need to understand, folks, that GotBackup is dealing with customers in 161 countries around the world in different time zones, 24/7. So understand that you need to understand how the support works. They're not going to send you an email back or they're not going to call you back. This is a support system. So when you click on support, it will take you to, let me just wait till it goes there, to the support panel. Okay. And technically, you should have your picture over here. And this is the dashboard where you can see all the active tickets, all the tickets that's been resolved, and all the tickets that requires an action. So if you create a ticket, you open this ticket, you click this button over here. Okay. You open, and once you open the ticket, then you put the title. Is it urgent? Is it high? Okay, whatever the situation may be. And then from there, select the category. Is it a billing issue? Is it a customer support issue? Is it contact? Whatever the situation may be. Be specific. Okay, clarity, folks. It is the ultimate key to success. The more clear you are, the better response you get, and the faster things are. Okay. And of course, you would put your information in here. And if you have a picture that you did a snapshot of something you want them to see, you can upload it over here. Once you create
any videos you take, any pictures,
Yeah.
please add that because it helps them to be able to support you.
Yes. And you can see here that we have some popular knowledge base on billing. You see, again, folks, I know sometimes we don't want to bother digging. We just want the answer but you see, again, the information could be here. And again, very quickly, you can have an answer instead of waiting for someone to get back to you. But the point is, when you create your ticket, this is the process. And once it's done, let me just go back over here. Then you will have here, a ticket that's active.
Yeah.
You'll see the number. So you need to come back to this and confirm, is there an action required? And very often people are saying, well, I'm not getting a response from support. Your response is here. You're just not going in it to check it out. Okay. So that's, I think, very, very important. I wanted to point this out. Okay. So let's go back to the member area. Okay, now we're back to the member area. So now we're going to move on. Now, again, that's obvious. And folks, this is a Google Translate. It's enough information for someone that speaks in all these different 250 different languages to have at least get an idea of what this is all about. It's kind of standard today. It's powered by Google Translate, again, for information. This here also is important. This is your next billing date. Okay. And just make sure that your credit card, if it's a credit card that you're using, that your information is up to date. If you know there's an expiry date update, keep tab on these things. Very, very important. Very important. I know that some of you maybe someone passed you an income. Maybe you paid them cash and they used their I'm not getting into this today, but the internal wallet, and they took your money. They put into their account and they uploaded the credit towards your account. And maybe this is what you're doing. Okay. And I highly recommend folks to do yearly. Don't do monthly. Monthly, when you're dealing with these kind of transactions with internal wallet, excuse me for the expression here, but it's a major pain in the behind. You want to do this in a yearly manner. Why? Because every single month, I'm telling you, I do not want to deal with receivables and dealing with everybody's after a year, there might be 20, 30, 40, 50 people. Now you have to deal with everybody. No, this is a major. So I would recommend that if you're going to use the internal wallet, I would use that for maybe you want to do a one payment and then they can turn around and change it to theirs. Again, this is up to you. I'm just saying that I wouldn't sign up for that class to have people and monitor their monthly payment. That is not the job that I want. So I'm just telling you this right up front again, because we're dealing with tens of thousands of people right now, and I mean this would be an absolute nightmare to deal with that. Right?
And you do get emails from the company, so make sure that you are receiving emails from the company. Go into your spam. Anything that's coming from GotBackup, you need to be able to accept that. And there's another email that comes out when you have a member where their payment doesn't go through and they let you know as the sponsor. It's going to come from Now Lifestyle. So write that down, Now Lifestyle, because that is where the emails are coming out from. Okay. So it's GVO at 7 MLM. Oh gosh, it's so small.
Okay, as you figure this out. So when you get to the billing information here, folks.
7minutemembers.com. GVO at 7minmembers.com. And you'll see Now Lifestyle. So
Okay.
you want to make sure that if you're getting these messages, because I just recently had one because one of my members, their payment didn't go through. So I contacted her yesterday. You want to make sure that you're there and let people know because people are busy, people are on holidays, sometimes they don't check. But you, like Chris said, you don't want to be spending all your time doing this. You want to train people to make sure that they're keeping count of their billing dates when they have a payment coming through in their
Good. Okay.
calendars. Yeah.
Perfect. And by the way, Leah and Mara, thank you so much for your feedback because yes, the response is very fast. Again, the reason why often people say I'm not getting a response is because for the reason I was explaining, you just don't go back and check the action
Mhm.
required. Now, I'm back to the billing information here. This is where all the billing. Let's say you're changing an address, you're moving, or you're changing your credit card, or whatever the situation may be. This is where all the information is stored, and all the transactions you can see here. Again, that's just a demo account, but all the transactions will be listed over here. Okay. And if you have any questions in reference to a transaction, just cut and paste maybe a picture or take a snapshot of this and then just upload it into your support. So the support service person can actually be more in line with what it is you need and what's going on. Okay. Clarity is everything. Okay. So that's that. Now let's go into, Tammy, was there anything else you want to add?
No, it's good.
Okay, let's go into the digital tools. In fact, what I wanted to do here is to get right there. Okay, so when you go and use this tool, okay. Now I'm not going through everything here, folks. Okay, there's a lot of trainings, and you can go back into, like I said, when I was over here, you can go back to previous trainings with all the different trainings that we've done on the Saturday. And you can see here back office. I'm just thinking, again, coming back here to remind you that there's a lot of trainings here that are repeated from a different angles on the back office. Just listen, just watch the title of the actual event, and then it'll give you specifically what you need and want. Now, what's really important here is when you enroll someone, okay, you have to make sure that they're aware that the very first thing they need to do is to go here, use this tool. And these videos are very well done, step by step. So there's two pieces of software to install if you want to have your computer backed up and your device backed up. This here is for your computer backup app. These videos will give you details on exactly what you need to do to have the software installed, which is, this is the GotBackup software. Okay, July 19 is right now at 9:47. So just less than about half an hour ago, I just did an incremental backup. Okay, so that's everything is backed up. I'll come back to that a little bit later when I click on this button. Okay, this is for PC. Excuse me. This is for PC. This is for Mac. They have different installations videos. When it comes to the mobile app, if you click on these buttons, first of all, you want to do this from your cell phone, right? Because these are iOS apps or Android apps. So when you click on this, when you log in from your cell phone, you click on these buttons, it'll take you exactly where, personally, I wouldn't waste time doing that. I would just go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, look for GotBackup. You just look for GotBackup. And from there, it'll come up. You click on it, you install it. Once it's installed, now, even if you don't have an account, you can install the app. But if you don't have an account, you won't be able to log in, right? So you'll have the app installed, but you can't log in. So you need to create the account to access your cloud. And what's really awesome, folks, with the phone app is if I back up my computer, which I did, and I install the app on my cell phone now becomes our portal. Okay. So for example, let me just go back here and I'm going to go to the GotBackup. Okay. I'm going to switch that over so we can have a bigger, hold on. Where's my mouse? Okay. Here we go. Okay. So you can see here, this is the app. Okay. And all these directories, I'm just going to go like this. All these directories that you see here, these are my computers also. So for example, you can see here, I have the MacBook Pro there. Okay. That here is the second from the top. So if I click on that, this is my computer. Okay. These are all the directories on my computer. So do you understand what I'm trying to tell you here? Is that your phone is now a portal to access every bit of information. It's not in your phone, it's in the cloud. And in the cloud, you have access to absolute everything. So while we're talking about this, I'm going to click this button over here. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's not my cloud. That's the GVO. So that's a demo account. So obviously, all my directories will appear over here. Okay. They will appear over here. And from there, maybe what I could do, actually, let me just do that. GVU cloud. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to go into mine so I can show you. Okay. So this is my cloud. So for example, if I go back here, and this is something, folks, that you're not going to see right now. And I know Joel is working really, really tirelessly hard on that. And right now, you're just going to see these buttons here. This is to restore, where you click and there the procedure to restore files. And again, we've done some trainings on that, so I'm not going to do this here today. But what's coming is to click here. Once this is done, folks, it's going to be a game changer. So when you click on Show Files, this is my computer. So I don't have to drag anything. It's automatic. And if I click on this, just to show you, as I was doing a training to someone this week, if I open my local drive, I'm just going to open my local drive here. Okay. You can see this here is the name of my drive. Okay. That's exactly what this is here. Okay. So when I click on that, this is my entire computer. Everything is in there.
Can't
right
see
now.
It, you're not showing.
Second, Tammy?
You're not showing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we can't see what you're showing.
Okay. Let's go back. So what I was saying here is when you click on this button, obviously the demo account brought me to the demo cloud, which is empty. And over here, so I just logged out of the demo account and logged into mine. And what I was showing you here is all the computers. And what I was telling you is right now, let me just expand that a little bit. Okay. Right now, all you see is a rectangle block with your computer name and instruction to restore directories and files into you. So understand that everything is on the cloud. The new version coming very soon, you'll see this extra button over here. And when you click on that extra button over here, this is my computer. And what I was showing earlier when my screen was not showing, this is my local drive. This is the name of it right here. And these are all the files that are sitting here. That's the root directory. If I click on that, that's what you see here. That's the root directory. There's extra files that Safari is not showing me because they're hidden files, but GotBackup on the cloud, it shows me absolutely everything. Okay. So this is really, really awesome. So understand that this button here, this button doesn't do any backup. It shows you what this software does. Okay. So what this software does, it backs up everything on the cloud. Okay. And this is an extra button that will show you what's been backed up. And I was showing you that this is my drive. And then I can see everything that's in here. And in the future, and I know I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go, but you'll be able to share. You'll have the option to share these directories. But for the time being, if I go back to my back office, so I mean to my cloud, and I can also collaborate and share files that I'm manually putting in here. Mm-hmm. This is not a backup that was done except for the iPhone. Okay. The iPhone is actually showing right over here. This is the iPhone app. The iPhone app brought in. If I had an Android, it would say Android upload. Because I have an iPhone, it says iPhone upload. And again, if you click on that, you can see all the years where my stuff has been backed up. That's 2024. That's a full 12-month calendar month. And you can see here 2025, and we're up to July. Okay. But if you go back to your collaborate and share, this is not the incremental backup that this guy does here. Okay. What this guy does over here is not in your collaborate and share. It's in your full backup. And just to recap, the reason right now, okay, let me rephrase that. The moment you do your backup, you get a square like this. It doesn't show you your files, but you can restore. And the instructions are here for you to restore. Okay. All the steps. You see all the directories that I've backed up, and you put a little check mark on the one that you want to bring in. You select where you want it on your drive, and bada boom, bada bing, the files are all coming across. Okay. It's as simple as that. That's the procedure. Okay.
And take the time, you guys. First of all, after this session, you want to send the replay to everybody. And you want to follow up with everybody to make sure that they're fully backed up. Because once everything is done, when you're out and about and you want to show people things, it's so easy. Or you can do this on Zoom with your teams. Organization is absolutely key. If you look at my, I don't know if you can see that on my phone, I have like several folders on my phone, and I got a productivity folder, and the most important things, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
you see GotBackup is right there. ChatGPT is right there. Boards is right there. You've got Canva, because I'm in Canva all the time. So the most important things that I'm using, I have other productivity sessions there, CapCut's in there as well. But I put all my productivity stuff in there. So I'm not, when I'm out and about meeting people, I'm not searching for an app, right? It's there. It's right at the front of my phone. So organization, the one thing that I've learned in business, if you're organized, you'll have a lot more success in your business. So start thinking of that. If you're not an organized person, get organized, because the more organized you are, the easier it is to do everything.
Cool. So you can see here, folks, that I have a 2 terabyte drive. Okay. And I don't, it's it's just me. The bottom line is most people won't have that much here. But my point in saying here is this is a feature that all of you are absolutely going to adore. Okay. When it's available, and it's really close. Again, you click on that, and this is the complete incremental backup. It is not the same over here. This is manual upload. Give you an example of that. If I use my local drive here, okay, and let's say I pick this, it could be a directory. For the sake of time here, folks, I'm not going to do a whole directory. I just want to show you that if you drag this from your local drive into your cloud window, it will drop the file in here, okay? And you can see, hold on, you can see here that it came in. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm in Toronto, Canada, and the cloud is in Texas. It's really, really fast. Okay. So the fact is, this is the file. It's just a text file. Okay. And it's right there. And I can turn around and I can choose to collaborate and share this. Okay. So I can actually go ahead and click the share button, get the share file, and share that with all of you. And all of you will have access to this. I've done that many times in some trainings in the past. I'm not going to do this today. But the fact is, this is the collaborate and share. Okay. So let me get rid of that. Okay. So that's the collaborate and share. So let me just close this so I can have everything in one window. Okay. So right now, let me get rid of that. I don't want this in here. I like to keep my root directory very clean. So I'm going to remove that. And whenever you remove something, it is not deleted. It is just moved into your trash. Okay. And they're doing this for, you can see I did other examples before. They're doing this for security for you. But once you do this and it says delete forever, then it's gone. Okay. This is gone. This is not in your cloud anymore. It deleted it. The space has been restored. Okay. So just for your information. So this is a very cool feature. So again, in the future, there will be some upgrades and all sort of things that are coming up that GotBackup will offer, with all sort of great incentives for you to take advantage of those. But what's really cool, and again, I want to spend time on this because I know a lot of people are saying, well, I don't see my files. They are there. Right now, you can confirm if they're there. Click on if you go back into this over here, and you can see restore button here. You click on that. I'm not going to do this because my drive is so large. It takes a few minutes to read the tree completely. So, but the fact here is when you click on restore, if you click on this button here, it will just give you all the instruction. Click the restore button. Now it's going to read the tree. I have like 1.3 terabytes. So understand, folks, it'll take about 5 minutes before I see my entire tree. And then once it's available, it's going to show me all the incremental backups, the dates, the time, the timestamps. And then I can choose the one that I want, which is exactly what it's showing over here. And then from there, it's going to show me all the files and directories. You don't necessarily see your files, but you see the directories that have been backed up. Okay. And the reason why I like this feature here is because here you can actually see your files. Okay. You can see all your files. You can dig into this and see all your files. Okay. So this is a really cool feature. And again, folks, GotBackup is evolving all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and Joe asked a question, Chris, how long does your stuff stay in the trash? And I believe
it stays forever
until you get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It won't delete it. See, GotBackup, in fact, every storage devices on the cloud will treat your data like they will never kill it unless you choose to cancel your account, and they still will keep it for something like a year. Okay. So if you choose to reinstate, but again, I wouldn't mess around with that because they're doing this because they're kind people. But the fact here is, as long as your service, you're just like Netflix, folks. If you don't pay Netflix, what happens the moment the credit card didn't go through? You'll have a leeway of about a week or two. After that, they cut you off. Okay. That's just business. But GotBackup is really, really cool that way. The fact here is they will never destroy your data. They will never delete your data because they don't know what your intentions are and what you want to do. As long as your service is active, your data is there forever. Okay? That's what the cloud is designed for. And I know that GotBackup has many backup systems and all sort of things to protect your data. And I know they even have to go through some audits through different protocol to make sure that they're reliable, right? In the eyes of the FTC and all of these things. Okay? Now, back to this here, guys. I think it's pretty simple. Obviously, be very careful with that because when you click this button here, which is the trash button, it will completely destroy and delete what you have. So please be careful. Now, it will give you many notification, and I think I'm not going to click on that. I'm not going to mess with that. Okay. So
you have another question.
Yep. Okay. So let me continue while this is going on.
So they were asking why am I still getting storage warnings? So I'm guessing it's your computer's full.
Yeah. See, what's going on here, Andrea, is I don't know what's going on in your world, but storage warning. Are we talking about your computer is too full? Because it won't delete what's in your computer. It just takes your computer's information and stores it on the cloud. Okay. Once it's on the cloud and you confirm it's on the cloud, that's when you can decide what you want to get rid of on your local drive to make some space. Okay. So I don't know exactly what's going on your end, but Tammy, just keep tag on what else is coming up. Okay. So let's carry on here. So we spent a lot of time on that because I think it's really, really important.
Really important.
Yeah. The other thing I want to focus here is reseller tools. And Tammy and I want to focus on the areas that are necessary for you to build your business and increase your income. Okay. So let me get rid of that page. Let me increase that full screen. So, okay. So these are the funnels, folks, that people often that don't know about funnels, they don't know how to market their business. They really have no idea the cost associated to have these kind of funnels available to you. When I started my network marketing career, I had to sign up with different third-party companies that were creating funnels, or I had to learn how to create my funnels. Of course, there were some defaults. But then once I have my funnel, I also need to pay for an email campaign. So if someone gives me their name and their email, then you need to receive messages. We call that an autoresponder. Okay, so one is you have to pay for the funnel. Two is you have to pay for the email program. The funnel will be anywhere between $99 to $250 a month. I'm not kidding. That's US. And an email campaign will start at $25 a month, and this can go up to hundreds of dollars depending on how many people you got in there. Okay, and how many emails you want to send. And trust me, I've been doing this for years. And if there's a way to get it cheaper, trust me, I would have found out. But this is the way it is today.
Chris, you might switch over to the demo account so you're not exposing names or.
That is the demo account.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I was just logged into my cloud through my own. So
okay.
Let me just get rid of that. Okay, let me get rid of that. Back to this. Okay, yeah, thanks, Debbie, for reminding me. So what happens here, folks, is, and why am I bringing this up to you? Is because this is a major selling point when you're building your business. People talk about the backup, the cloud service. Folks, you're paying $9.97, not just for $99.97 for a year, $9.97 a month. Okay. You're not just paying for a cloud service and 2 apps to back up all your devices. Just that alone, it's crazy. Now I'm talking about what would cost you over $200 to $250 to $300 a month to have these kind of software to help you promote your business. So this is a major selling point. So when you talk to someone, well, I'm using iCloud, I'm using this, I'm using that, you have to say, well, here's what we're offering. We're not just offering a cloud service, we're offering an income opportunity, but also included with that, we have all the tools to help you build your business. So here's what it is. This here is a bit of an older version with an older video. But the point here is the moment you put an email, okay, I guess it's going to go right there. Let me just go back here. The moment you put your, I'm not going to go into the different link tracking. I want to keep that simple. Okay, what did I just do here? Okay, sorry about that. Let me go back to where we were. I want to go back here and reseller tools. Okay. So what happens is whenever someone put their name and their email there, they end up into an email campaign. And I'm going to walk you through that next. Okay. But they end up here. And again, we want to focus on the areas for you to build your business. And then we'll go into commissions. So over here, this one over here is, let's say you're talking to someone and that person says, oh, I'm ready. I'm on board. How do I sign up? You send them that link, not this link, this link. Why is that? Because if I send them this link, okay, it's sending them the link. And in fact, I wouldn't just send them that link. I would actually click this button over here. Okay, you see the GB demo? That would be your ID. Okay, this would be your ID. So the system knows that it comes from you. So when the person signs up, they don't need to figure anything out other than clicking, I'm paying for the year. I'm starting with there. Boom. And that's it. And in the past couple of days, I sent up someone from Thailand, another one from, I'm not sure where he lives, but that's the beauty of it online. And all I did is exactly this. I provided this information. They signed up. With the next morning, I woke up. They're happy to be. So we're 12 hours apart. They were signed up. Now we're interacting because they want to know this, they want to know that, they want to know how to build this out, how to access. Then that's my training with this person. But the point here is I didn't have to explain anything. It's all there. It's very straightforward. Okay. And there's many other trainings where we explain the details as to the daily backup and the yearly membership fee and also the insurance policy, all of these things. My point here is it's really, really straightforward. Okay. So that's if someone wants to get started right away. These over here, can I reduce that a bit? Okay. These over here, these are good for campaigns. If you're doing ad campaigns, Google ad campaigns. Obviously, you don't have to play another video because obviously you did something for someone to click on your link. All you want is their name and their email. Okay. That's what you want. And these ones over here is if someone is very skeptical and they don't know if it's going to work and if it's, then get them to try it for 7 days for free. And they each have different email campaigns. So again, when you click on this over here, this would be the opportunity combined with the product. This would be specifically just the product itself. So when you click on that, there's a little video for them to watch. And then there's a 7-day free trial. When they put their name and their email, okay, and they need their username and password because they're going to create an account for them, and they have access to the 2 software we're telling you about, the backup computer and the iPhone or the Android phone, and and they'll be able to start backing up their stuff right away. And for 7 days, they'll have access to their cloud for free. Okay, and then they'll start receiving emails on your behalf and telling them, hey, do you want to activate? Hey, do you want to start? Hey, do you want to start? You ready to go? Ready to go? Ready to go? So this is really cool. Now, the other thing here, if you go down here, these are the brand new ones. This one here, if let's say someone is very skeptical, they don't believe in network marketing, whatever the situation may be, there's more information here, more in-depth information. Now, it's very detailed, but it could be good for someone that is a bit of a network marketing hater, or really does not really understand it or respect whatever it is.
Or have never succeeded in network marketing, so they're skeptical. Yeah.
So this is a really good funnel. And understand, folks, this is stuff that you wouldn't get even if you go with a third party to build funnels. You don't have that information. Joel have experience. He has made millions and millions of dollars doing ad campaigns, funnels, all of these things. So he kind of knows how to trigger people's attention. That's the reason why I really recommend to follow what he does. This is the most recent one over here. Okay. Most recent one with a brand new video. Really cool video.
Very informative. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And if you weren't there last Saturday, listen to the Saturday's event. You'll be able to see the video in full and hear it. But I recommend just go in your back office and click here and watch it and just listen to it. Okay, just listen to it. And again, when they put their name in their email, they end up into an email campaign. Okay, which is the email campaign is the pre-enrollee. And I'll walk you through that in a minute. Really, really awesome. All of this, it's included. You don't have to set that up. It's all there by default. Tammy, is there any questions or comments on this so far?
No, I just wanted to add something because Chris and I, we've been in the industry for a long time in the network marketing space, and never in our career has a company ever lined up free campaigns like this, ever, ever, ever. And we're just blown away on everything that Joel gives for $10 a month. Most people pay the year, and we really encourage everybody to pay yearly. And for the $99.97, obviously you're going to benefit by a couple months, save a couple months of payments. But it's more of that set and forget kind of thing for 12 months, which is phenomenal. It gives you time to get everything set up and get people trained properly. So really, I wanted for you guys to understand the value that we have here is so much more than just a backup system. You're not going to get this with anybody else. That's what makes GotBackup so unique. And Joel is a professional, and he's had huge success. Chris and I watched him from when he started building his company. We watched him for 20 some plus years, Chris, grow his company. And yeah, we're just blown away. The value.
I mean, we have about 12 minutes left here. And John, go to support, because I'm not sure exactly what you've done. If you bought a package and you sponsored yourself again, and again, go through support. They will be clear on this. And we don't have the time to go into a lot of those details, but I hope that you get to what you need. Now, if you go back here, folks, I want to show you this before we go to commissions. If you go to lead capture system, okay. And again, we've done some trainings on that, so I'm not going to train you on this, but I want to point out that when people signed up with these campaigns, with these funnels, they end up somewhere. If you click on lead capture system messages and you click on follow-ups, okay, let's wait for this to come back. You're going to notice here that you have all these different campaigns, okay? All of these campaigns have the same name of the funnel, so you understand which one it goes to. That's French, it's Spanish, Italian, I think that's Russian, and this is English over here. The one that has no characters. Okay. That's the free trial. Okay. That's the autopilot. That's the free trial. These are people that were suspended. You remember I was telling you at the beginning of the call that if someone credit card didn't go through and the order was not renewed because the credit card didn't go through, they end up here and that's suspended. And just if I click on this, for example, I'm just going to show you very quickly. Okay. This is something that Tammy and I in one of our training, we just created, again, it's part of our training. And what we did, when you click on that, we just made it personal. How can we help? So we're not just letting it sit there. We actually responding with an automatic, the system does a response, and I'm offering my booking calendar, my telephone number, which I should put there. And then from there. Okay. So the point here is this is basically a really cool thing. If they cancel, because it's a free, it's a demo account, so obviously nobody cancels here. That's why there's no cancel. But the moment someone cancel, it would add a cancel. Instead of GotBackup suspended, we say GotBackup cancel. Same thing, and create some emails to be sent to your customers, to your associates immediately, so they can, with your phone number, with your email, the way to contact you, because maybe, and keep in mind, it may end up in our spam. So remind them that information that they get from GotBackup or any companies, I got stuff from Apple and Microsoft in my spam. So folks, it's just the way things today. So just keep in mind that these are different campaigns that you can create. I'm not going to get into all of that. These are customers, people that didn't want to be an associate, but they're a customer. And maybe they cancel, whatever situation. Again, they're here. Actually, they will end up in a cancel or suspend if they're customers or associate. But if they're customers, you can interact with your customers in here. And the pre-enrollee, this is a really important one. You know, all these capture pages that we talked about earlier, they all end up here. Unless you use the autopilot, they will end up here. If you use the free trial, they will end up here. But everything else, it'll end up in your pre-enrollee. Okay? So when you click on that, I highly, highly recommend that when you sign up with GotBackup, that you purchase the emails that are prepared for you, that you can go ahead and modify it as you see fit. And this is the example of what's here. Okay. If someone becomes an associate, that they enroll and they activate, they'll end up in this list. What I do myself is I create an email and invite them to sign up for certain things that I want them to be part of automatically. My business is completely automated because of the system that GotBackup has to offer.
Yeah. So the moment they sign up, we have a welcome. We have a how to get people set up properly. And we also have our booking link, because we want them to book sessions with us so we can guide them and help them in whatever area that they need some help in. So it's really important to have an email system built into everything, your customers and everything. And in the lead capture system, you'll see that there are a bunch of, in the whole system of GotBackup back office, there's orange videos. These are all learning videos. And when we started, nobody taught us how to do any of this stuff. We went in and we clicked on the videos, we watched the videos, and we learned how to do the email marketing system. We've bought every single email system that Joel has when he rolls out any campaign, because he's the guru, right? And then what we would do is we would add some extra emails so the conversation and the relationship kept being built, and we personalized the emails that we had purchased from Joel. So anytime you have that offer, invest in yourself, you guys. Invest in systems, because systems are going to automate your business.
Exactly.
And a lot of people hesitate for such little bit of money when you think about it to run a business that's automated. It's unbelievable the value that he brings.
So when you see a rectangle orange, click on it, watch the video. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I just want to shift over to the business aspect of things. And I want to go in through, for example, your downline. When you click on your downline, okay, you're going to see your downline here. Again, folks, that's a demo account. Okay. So I have to be careful that we don't show emails or anything like this. Otherwise, YouTube will block me, but we'll block this video. But this is where you can, and if someone signed up by activating, they're not going to be in your downline automatically. They'll end up, there's going to be another section that will open up over here. It's called a funnel. Is that what it's called? What is it called, Tammy? I forgot the name.
Tank.
The holding tank. Okay. So if you sponsor 2, 3, 4, 5 people, they will be all listed in there. And then what's happening is when there's people in that section, you'll notice that below each of those positions, unless it's been filled, you will have a gray, just like this over here, a gray circle that will open up. And this is because you can choose to place all these people in the order you see fit. If someone happened to be, let's say, came in the 5th person, but that person is a leader that you know will take care of the rest of the team, you may want to select that one first. So when you select the gray circle over here, it's going to show you the list of the 5 people that are in the holding tank. You say, I want the 5th person because that's the leader. That one's going to take care of the other 4. So you may want to position that one first, and then you may choose to place the other one underneath. So you can choose to do that. And we have plenty of video trainings. You can go back on back office trainings and things like this, or how to sponsor people. It's all there. Search for it and you'll find it in there. Okay. So the other thing I want to mention here is the downline stats. Okay, I'm going to end on this note here. The downline stats, this is how you determine how many cycles you're going to get. So let's go back here. And of course, you need to have a bit of an understanding of how cycling works. Okay, so if you look at any of our presentations that we've done, and I know many leaders do them too, they talk about how do you cycle. There's 3 steps. Step number 1, they need to be active. Step number 2, they need to sponsor 1 person on your left, 1 person on your right. Step number 3, you need to have 6 people on your team in a ratio of 4-2. So that means you need to have at least 4 people on one side, 2 people on the other, and you have to sponsor at least 2, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay, doesn't matter what order, as long as they're there. So the moment the system sees 6 people, you can see here 6 people. Okay, where there's 4 on one side, 2 on the other side, that means 1 cycle. So if this number is 1,000, well, it's possible that it might be divided where you have 600 on one side and 400 on the other. I'm just using numbers here, right? So then you can figure out, well, okay, how many cycles can I get on that? Well, you just calculate one side you have to deduct 4 and one side you have to deduct 2. So the bigger side that has 600, for example, divided by 4, what's the number? And the other side divided by 2. Okay. But the thing you need to understand here is it's a ratio of 4-2. For every 4, it's looking at 2. And that's how you have to count this. And then you can determine how many cycles you're going to get. The question was, how much is a cycle? Well, any one of you who's been cycling for the past 2 years, tier 1 and tier 2 are almost the same. It hasn't really changed, or very little. But eventually, when we start hitting momentum, these numbers are going to change. And GotBackup is going to be doing all sorts of different offers. And people say, I want that offer because it offers a lot more. I'm willing to pay more to have that. Then that's when revenues are going to grow. And all of this, folks, is coming very, very soon. Very exciting things. So this is how you determine how many cycles you get. And if you're not clear on that, we have other trainings or a lot more details on this. We have 2 minutes before this ends. So I just want to be respectful of your time. But as you can see here, folks, that we have many, many different options to go through here. Okay. One thing that's important that you should be aware of is there a cash contest this month? Well, if you click on this button over here, on this sub menu, there is one for the month of July. So we have 12 days left. Okay. First place, $500. Third place, $200. Second place, $300. Third place, $200. Fourth place, $100. And the 5th to 10th place is $50, which is really cool. He gets $50 for the last 5. Okay. And you can see on the list here, this guy is a major marketer. He constantly markets. Bradford from the US. And hey, Godfred, well done. Well done. He's number 3. Don't get too comfortable, buddy. You know, people are always competitive, right? From Ghana. Well done. We have David here, number 4. We have Celestine from Ghana. You guys are rocking in Ghana. It's awesome. Number 5, we have Marie Isabelle. Well done. We have here Brad, number 7. We're Roy, number 8. We have JD, number 9. and we have Malron number 10. Dr. Koa, you were within the first 10, and now people are. I'm just teasing you. I know you're absolutely rocking the boat here. The fun here, the thing here, folks, is it's Inionami on the list. So the thing is, again, remember, it's the first 10 that will win the contest. But this is so cool, right? And this here is your very important. Another thing that you should be aware of as we end this is you should be aware of what rank you are. And what are the qualifications? Well, in here, it tells you, well, to be a gold associate, you need 5 people. You need 2 on your left, 2 on your right, okay, that are active. And remember that you need to have at least, yes, that's it. To become a gold, you have 2 left, 2 on your right. And then you need a total of 25 people. That means that there's people on your team recruiting others. That's duplication. And you need to have at least 3 coppers and 3 separate enrollment tree. That's why we say 1 and 3. 3 means you need 3 copper and 3 different. You need 1 copper, in 3 different enrollment trees. So if there's every time you see a person who signs up, that's an enrollment tree. So 5 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So either those 3 that you sponsor became copper, or someone in their downline became copper. And again, we've done plenty of trainings. And look, as a platinum, you need 10. This doesn't change. This increases because now the people start recruiting. Okay. And now you need 1 more copper that are part of one of those 10s. And for the next 2 levels, Sapphire and Emerald, you don't need more. The 10 will still qualify you, but the duplication needs to occur. And every time you add another copper into your business. You understand here, folks? This is really, really, really awesome. Anything else we're going to add, Tammy, as we end?
Just be a copper builder. That's it. And you go all the way up the ranks. And you can see there on the left bar, there's an FAQ session. That's another thing. Chris and I, we learned how to do things going in the FAQ. Anytime we had a question, I mentioned that in the holding tank in the chat. To know how to place somebody, there's a video. There's short videos for everything. So make sure that you access that as well.
Yeah. So remember here, folks, that the channel, the YouTube channel, contains an enormous amount of training, at least 2 years of it, on every aspect of the email marketing. How do I create emails? There was a question at one point: if I have customers, how can I create? How do I interact with my customers? But you remember that email campaign for customers? You just need to start adding emails there manually. Okay. You can go to ChatGPT, and we've done some trainings on how to best use ChatGPT to generate your emails. Remember that sometimes you don't want to sound too robotic. So there's also the function to make it, to humanize it a little bit more, make it more personal, adding some pictures of you, maybe some videos of you going to the beach or having fun with the kids in the pool or a barbecue with the family, and just say, hey guys, this weekend we just had a great time. We just celebrated Independence Day, Canada Day. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that attracts attention. That's why Facebook and Instagram and TikTok is so popular. People are nosy. They want to know what's going on in your life, right? So the more you share of that, the more you become interesting to the general public. And that's when they say, yeah, I like your style. I'd love to work with you. And this is how you build a rapport, not just by repeating, hey, do you want to sign up? Hey, do you want to sign up? Hey, do you want to sign up? Hey, do you want to? No, that gets boring after a while, and then to dismiss you. Okay. So
Chris, I just want to say, I created a little PDF document for an email that you can create and send out to everybody, because your audience needs to know as the countries are expanding, because this is absolutely massive. So I sent it to you on WhatsApp, Chris. I'm not able to share the PDF document. I don't know if that's available.
Let me just check if I can do that.
Okay.
Let's see.
And it gave you several subjects that you can use. Those of you who are already doing email marketing, just really leverage this. One thing that I'm noticing now that we're really, really consistent on doing this, every single Sunday, Chris and I have a habit of either Saturday or Sunday, we have all of our emails set up, ready to go out for the following week. So hands-on automation, everybody's getting it. And in all of our databases of campaigns, everybody's getting our emails.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do, Tammy. The PDF that Tammy's referencing, I'm going to put it into, as soon as this call is done, I'm going to go back into the comment section. I'm going to upload her PDF file into a segment on my cloud where I put stuff when we do trainings like these, and I'll create a link for you to access from the comment.
Yes.
Okay. So just go back to the comment and just click on it, and then you'll be able to download that PDF. Okay. It's something that Tammy did on the fly, and we'll make that available to you. Okay. So everybody, listen, have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend. Enjoy your time with your family or yourself, and just chill out here, folks. And remember that the business is fun. Okay. Just make it fun. And people like to be around fun stuff. So we're looking forward to see you on our presentation on Wednesday. As you know, we do presentation on Friday. And I know many of the leaders do different presentations within their respective market and language. Do pay attention to that and be part of the Telegram groups or WhatsApp group of your leadership and the people you're part of. And make sure you stay close to the fire. Okay. Have yourself a great weekend, and bye for now.
Have a great day.